Yo, what's going on, everybody? Swagkage here, and welcome to today's video, where we're going to be talking about the Gentle Fist, or the Juken as it's known in Japan, the Hiden Taijutsu style of the Hyuga clan built around the abilities given to them by the Byakugan. Now, one thing I feel I should clarify straight away is that it's not technically necessary to have the Byakugan to use the Gentle Fist, and that's actually the reason why I didn't talk about it in my Byakugan video, but generally, Juken use is restricted to those who possess the Byakugan because it's a fighting style that was built from the ground up to make the best possible use of that eye's abilities. And of course, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there's also the fact that the Gentle Fist is a Hiden ability, or a secret technique taught only to members of a certain clan by other members of that clan, with its fundamentals and mechanics kept closely guarded to keep outsiders from learning how to use the ability. Because of the nature of the Gentle Fist, even if a person were to know everything about it, it would still be incredibly difficult for them to figure out how to use it without having a Byakugan. So a non-Hyuga without any knowledge of the Gentle Fist's fundamentals has pretty much no chance of learning how to use it. For this reason, there are almost no non-Hyuga capable of using this fighting style, with only two known exceptions listed throughout the series. The first is a distant relative of the Hyuga clan capable of awakening the Byakugan in one of his eyes, so he's not exactly what I'm talking about here. And the other exception is, of course, as many of you know, Boruto Uzumaki, who, despite not having a Byakugan, has managed to learn the basics of the Gentle Fist from his mother Hinata. I have no idea how Boruto manages to use it, but the point is the Gentle Fist isn't a genetic ability or a Kekkei Genkai of any kind. It's just that using it without the Byakugan is pretty much next to impossible. The main reason why the Byakugan is such a fundamental part of this fighting style is because users of the Gentle Fist generally aim to do as much internal damage to their enemies as possible, as opposed to the external damage that most ninjutsu and other taijutsu aim to inflict. The reason why it's called the Gentle Fist is because it generally doesn't leave its targets with any visible external injuries. Instead, most of the damage dealt by the Juken is felt by the enemy's internal organs, particularly their tenketsu, or their chakra points. Because they possess the Byakugan, Hyuga are capable of seeing their enemy's chakra network along with the positions of their internal organs. By releasing a specific amount of chakra from their palms at the time of impact, they can shut down or speed up the flow of chakra between particular chakra points, and this can cause a lot of different things to happen, most of which will affect the person on the receiving end pretty negatively. Not only can tampering with one of the 361 chakra nodes present in the body keep somebody from drawing from their chakra pool, but it can also interfere with how chakra flows to and through the body's internal organs, which means that if a Gentle Fist practitioner strikes a chakra node located on one of the body's vital organs, like, say, the heart, they can leave their target with critical internal injuries. I think it's safe to say that this fighting style can be seen as a hard counter to pretty much any other approach present in the world of Naruto, because as soon as a user of it gets close enough to their opponent, they can shut down pretty much any offensive or defensive options that their target has access to. As soon as that is done, they can inflict sufficient damage to their opponent's vitals to kill them, and I mean, it's a wrap. The battle's over just like that. It's also very difficult to counter this, because users of the Gentle Fist are also capable of cutting through any chakra-based substances, and this is done by creating a sort of chakra scalpel emitted from the hands. It is possible to defend oneself against the Gentle Fist, as seen when Kidomaru managed to create a non-chakra-based sort of armor out of the spiderweb material he was able to create. But Kidomaru's powers are very weird, and as such, this sort of defense isn't really seen all that often in the world of shinobi. Most people simply use chakra to amp their defense, which the Hyuga, and also Boruto, are capable of tearing right through. I don't know if there's a limit to how much a user of the Gentle Fist can cut through with this chakra scalpel of theirs, but if one is not present, then that means that it's capable of, like, piercing the Susanoo. The whole thing. I guess it's also capable of healing people in some capacity, because, like, Hinata used it to pop one of Naruto's joints back into place in the Fourth War. Not too sure about that, though, because we haven't seen it used that way very extensively. Anyway, the Gentle Fist also has a number of derived techniques that involve using certain specific applications of it in the most efficient way possible. The most notable and probably most famous of these is the 8 Trigrams 64 palms, a 6-step, 64-hit combination rotation attack, which aims to shut down 64 of the 301 chakra nodes in a person's body with a blinding flurry of exceptionally fast strikes. The effects of getting hit by the 64 palms are generally not good, like, at all. After Neji hit Naruto with it in the Chunin exams, he claimed that Naruto shouldn't even be able to stand, and he would have been right if not for the fact that the Nine Tails was able to provide Naruto with chakra. There are other forms of the 64 palms, like the 16 palms, the 32 palms, and the 128 palms, and they all work pretty much the same way. Other gentle fist techniques include the 8 Trigrams palm rotation, which is like a blue version of Shinra Tensei, performed by releasing chakra from every possible point in the body and quickly perpetually spinning around to cause the released chakra to rotate rapidly. The 8 Trigrams air palm, which involves using the gentle fist to release a compressed wave of air that is then directed at a target's chakra points or vital organs, and the gentle step twin lion fists, which involves compressing chakra into the shape of giant lion heads around the hands, which increases its user's melee range and damage output. Additionally, the lion heads can drain chakra from anything that they come into contact with, though it seems its user can choose whether or not this happens, as Naruto has used the Rasengan in conjunction with this technique and did not seem to suffer any ill effects. Anyhow, that should do it for the gentle fist. Thank you guys as always for watching the video all the way to the end. I will go into more detail about the 64 palms, the rotation, the twin lion fists, and so on and so forth when I do more in-depth moveset breakdowns of characters like Neji and Hinata, but for now I'm just gonna leave my descriptions as they are. Of course, as always, if you have any ideas for future topics you want me to cover, leave them in the comments below, and if I like your submission enough, I just might get to it in the future. Anyway, as always, hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you later. Swagkage out. Bye.